I was going to get a pallet jack and so I could start my day. And a forklift driver came through with a double stack pallet. She didn't unstack that pallet, so she didn't see me, and I ended up between boxes. Yeah, she
Between,
pinned me with the forklift truck.
okay. Injuring what part of your body?
My left foot, it tore my ligaments.
Ouch. Okay. When this happened, did you immediately alert your supervisor? What
No,
happened immediately?
I did not. I actually attempted to go back to work and try to work on my foot, and it was excruciating pain. And then I was like, I can't do this no more. I went to my supervisor. We did some forms, and then she told me I had to go to be seen. And I went to a MD now, and went from there and tried to figure out where to go. And my case was not approved, so I went searching online, and I got in contact with you all. I ended up in Pensacola, and then I went to Tallahassee, and then now I'm here.
Welcome to the Back to Work Melbourne Podcast, where Dr. Dorfman is your federal workers' comp OWCP expert in Brevard County, Florida. In this podcast, you'll hear tips and tricks about the OWCP process, along with heartfelt patient testimonials from those we've helped get their claims approved. Tune in each week for insightful advice and inspiring stories that will guide you through your journey.
Yes.
Great to see you. You're one of our patients. We got you in here for a podcast today. This is the first time you've ever done anything like this?
Yes, it is.
So, are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
I wanted to interview you today. We wanted to talk about your case. When did your injury happen? What happened? What kind of care you experienced before you started here? What kind of care you're experiencing now that you're here? So we're going to ask you those kind of questions, okay?
Okay.
Very simple. So tell me, when was your injury?
It's February 24th. It's going on 3 years.
So 3 years ago.
Yes,
Okay.
almost.
And where do you work, by the way?
I work at West Palm Beach, PNDC,
Okay.
as a mail handler.
Okay. So you work for the post office.
I do,
Okay.
yes.
Doing federal workers comp, it's just amazing how many post office patients that we have. Before doing federal workers comp, I, just like everybody else, I see the person delivering my mail. They slide on right to our mailbox. Their steering wheel is on the same side of the mailbox. And we're like, wow, what an easy job that is. You're just pulling up. You're not even walking to the mailbox. You're literally pulling up to the mailbox, sticking your arm out the side, and putting my mail in my mailbox, and then going on to the next person. Involved in post office injuries, I never knew how incredibly difficult your job is, because you're the person that puts all those packages in your vehicle. Another person doesn't do that for you, correct?
I actually work in the warehouse.
Okay, so yours is even worse.
Yes, I'm a mail handler.
So you're just lifting boxes. So, well, I didn't know how difficult your job was, and the stress that you're under from your supervisors, from all the other people in the
Absolutely.
office, how incredibly stressful your job was.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you. We appreciate you every day.
Thank you.
So tell me, your job is in the warehouse, boxes all day long.
Pretty much, we sort the mail, unload, load trucks. It depends on what your job is, but in the warehouse, I pretty much sort the mail, put it on a belt, and that kind of thing.
Okay. How did you injure yourself?
I was going to get a pallet jack and so I could start my day. And a forklift driver came through with a double stack pallet. She didn't unstack that pallet, so she didn't see me, and I ended up between boxes. Yeah, she pinned me with the forklift truck.
Okay. Injuring what part of your body?
My left foot, it tore my ligaments.
Ouch. Okay. When this happened, did you immediately alert your supervisor? What happened immediately?
I did not. I actually attempted to go back to work and try to work on my foot, and it was excruciating pain. And then I was like, I can't do this no more. I went to my supervisor. We did some forms, and then she told me I had to go to be seen, and I went to a MD now, and went from there and tried to figure out where to go, and my case was not approved, so I went searching online, and I got in contact with you all. I ended up in Pensacola, and then I went to Tallahassee, and then now I'm here, and my case ended up getting approved a year and a half later after my injury.
Okay. And we got that case approved?
Yes.
So instead of your supervisor referring you to someone who specializes in the care and documentation of federally injured workers, they just said, figure it out on your own.
Yes.
Okay. Which is what they always do. So don't take it personally. That's what they do every single time. My patients who are supervisors, they are able to point their employees in the right direction because they know exactly what to do because they're doing it themselves. But all the other supervisors, they don't know. They also don't know what to do because they haven't been educated by their superiors on what to do when one of their employees is involved in a work injury. So instead of just saying to you, you know what, I really don't know what to do, let's work on this together, they just immediately become defensive. You become part of the problem. So not only did you injure yourself while working for them, you become part of the problem, which is really unfortunate. And then you're left to go onto the internet. But luckily, I am on the internet, and putting in such keywords as federal work injury or post office or things like that, that's when you find me. And then I'll get an email in my inbox, and then I'll immediately reach out to you, and then I'll call you and explain to you that I'm here to now help you with your federal work injury. And then we get you on in here and we get things moving. So it was a year and a half after your injury that we finally got your claim approved.
Yes.
How was your stress level before meeting us? Not being able to work, not paying your bills, no one helping you day after day, really just no light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it was very stressful trying to figure out just basic necessities, as in taking care of my kids, mortgage, and everything like that. But thank God for savings, and thank God for you all that finally got my case approved and was able to recoup that money and on a journey of healing.
And before us, you're going to doctor's offices. No one's paying you, though. No one's reimbursing you
Correct.
for that transportation back and forth from the doctor.
Correct.
Were you using your health insurance to go to those doctors?
Actually, once they figure out it was a work injury, they told me they could not see me anymore. When I go to the appointments and they realized that it was a work injury, they told me that they could not see me anymore. I couldn't even use my insurance.
Most doctors don't treat federal workers' comp, not because they don't want to treat you as a person, but because they don't know how to navigate through the paperwork to get themselves paid. And that's why they just stop treating federal workers' comp patients. They know that they're not getting paid. Your claim isn't getting accepted. You're not getting reimbursed for your travel expenses. It's not until you find us or another federal injury centers that we know how to do it. We know how to treat you correctly. We know how to document things correctly. We know how to get your case approved. And then now your bills are getting paid. You're able to get your transportation costs because a lot of our patients come from far away. Here in Melbourne, I see patients as far north as Daytona, as far south as West Palm. I was seeing dozens of patients from Orlando until we opened up an office in Orlando, but still we see patients from all over. And it's so important for your claim to be accepted so you can get reimbursed for those travel expenses. Dorfman, I can't treat you because I can't even afford gas in my car. But once I say your transportation expense is going to be reimbursed, they say, great. When do you want to see me? So it's so important that you do get those transportation expenses reimbursed to you. So now that you're treating in the office, and I know you have an extensive injury to your foot, you're not 100% better, but how have you been since you started treatment?
It's a slow process,
Sure.
but slow and steady, but it's going.
We're getting you there. We've been able to refer you for some MRIs.
Yes.
We've been able to refer you to the orthopedic doctors.
Yes.
Because there are patients that need more care. Certainly there are patients that need to see orthopedic doctors. Orthopedic doctors are wonderful people by themselves. What we do is we refer you to the orthopedic doctor and we help out those offices with their paperwork. Because we know the orthopedic doctor, they also don't know how to fill out the paperwork. They know how to treat you, but they don't know how to do the paperwork. So when we refer you to the orthopedic doctor, we, behind the scenes, are helping them submit their paperwork because we want their bills to get paid so they can continue to treat federal workers' comp patients. So what's in the horizon for you? Are you more treatment with us, surgery? What do you feel's going on?
As of right now, I'm doing more treatments, still considering the surgery, but it's just going to take time.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
We're just taking it one day at a time.
But when you come here, we're nice to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Coffee, refreshments,
I don't know about the coffee,
laugh,
but
giggles.
it's always pleasant when I come here. It's always a smiling face at the front door. And when I come in and when I leave, there's always nice.
Great. That's what we can ask for. And we're going to continue treating you. We're going to do our best to get you 100% better, back to work and where you were before this injury. So thank you for being here today for our podcast. And I'm looking forward to, as you're feeling better and better, and then you're 100% better, interviewing you again where you can say that you're feeling great.
Okay.
All right. Thanks
All
for
right.
being here.
Thank you for your time.